Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Boom Gato, the cat that hands your lightweight title back. And to my left over here is the main man, he's Sustanero, the man that makes the fat snacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brother, and spicier content than your girl's OnlyFans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, listen, we have Gervonta Tank Davis taking on Lamont Roach in his next upcoming fight. Now, there's a little bit of speculation. It's currently set for December. There's a little bit of speculation that it might get moved to January. Listen, either way, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of it. Listen, Lamont Roach is coming up from 130, moving on up to 135 to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm sure he couldn't refuse the money because the Gervonta Tank Davis fight will pay him good money. With that being said, I don't like Lamont Roach's chances. Gervonta Tank Davis is already a strong fighter for the 135 division. He's already got that knockout power that everybody's aware of. So him moving on up, I don't favor him in that. And listen, I don't want to disrespect Lamont Roach in any way, but apart from having power, one thing that I constantly tell people, constantly, Gervonta Tank Davis' ring IQ is underrated. His movement is underrated. He analyzes a fight. He's very good at that. So on and so forth. So I feel like him fighting a guy like a Lamont that's coming up in weight is going to be all the tools, all the things that Gervonta would need are in his favor. That being said, I know a lot of people constantly shit on Gervonta Tank Davis for fighting to what people believe is not the best that he could fight. So another contender recently made his mark this past weekend. Keyshawn Davis, in brutal fashion, knocked out his opponent. And the first thing that Keyshawn Davis said, knock, knock, Gervonta. Meaning he wants to get all that smoke with Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta went on a tirade on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And he was constantly basically telling everybody, this man's not on my level, so on and so forth, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I like Keyshawn Davis. I like what he brought to the ring. I liked how good he looked in that fight. Great, impressive win. I don't think he's ready for Tank. And I say that with all due respect to Keyshawn. I think he needs a couple more fights before he's ready to get in there with the big man. I think Gervonta, again, yes, Gervonta has the power, obviously. But again, his ring IQ, he's very good at analyzing and making adjustments. Generally, after third or fourth round is when you really see Gervonta kick it into second gear. And that's when he really starts taking over the fight. So I feel like I would want to see a fight between him and Keyshawn, just not right now. Keyshawn has a lot of good things going for him, and I think he can definitely parlay those into an even better skill set. But as of right now, I don't think Keyshawn is ready for him. I think Gervonta is just too veteran in this scenario. I think he just has a little bit too much of all the things that would make him good. Specifically, the adjustments that Gervonta generally makes. Gervonta will usually give away the first 1, 2, 3 rounds, but after that, he starts making those adjustments, and after that, he really starts taking it to him. And I think because of that, I think that's really where Gervonta would, get his win in. So I want to see the fight. I definitely want to see the fight between him and Keyshawn, just not right now. It's just a little bit too early. Same thing that I said of Jaime Munguia when he went up against Canelo, a little bit too early. Same thing that I said of who's the last guy that Canelo fought? Boricua from New York. I can't remember his name right now. Same thing that I said. My bad boy, I can't remember your name. Same thing, just a little bit too early. I think that Keyshawn can eventually make it to a point where he can generally, pretty well compete with Gervonta. He's just not there yet. He's just not quite there yet. But we'll see how it goes. He called him out for a reason. Davis believes that he's got all the smoke for Gervonta, so we'll see. It'll be interesting either way. I really don't mean to skip over Lamont, but listen, unfortunately, I think Gervonta just has everything in his favor in that particular match. But we'll see how it goes. What do you think about that, my man?
The situation seems kind of weird to me, just because it seems like given Gervonta Davis' stature, given his resume in the ring, as far as his performance, I should say, in the ring, it seems like somebody like Keyshawn Davis shouldn't be any problem with him, but he seems really kind of rattled by Keyshawn Davis. Again, like you mentioned, going on an entire rant on X, and then you actually see that as of right now, as of recording on his X and his Instagram, it's basically goes silent. Every single post of there has been absolutely deleted, and even his X account, it says this account no longer exist. So I don't know what it is about Keyshawn Davis that's rattled, or the fact that even his Twitter's basically been deleted at this point. Makes me think, okay, there has to be something there, because Gervonta hasn't been this rattled. Isn't the right word. It's more like, yeah, weirdly radio silent about the entire thing, especially when again you look at his fight against Frank Martin this past again, it was this past year, right? That he fought Frank Martin. Again, you saw he absolutely had explosive power. He like you said, Gervonta Tank Davis is his ring IQ. He's a long distance fighter. He was able to corner Frank Martin through all three corners of the ring. He's able to knock him down. I believe it was in the 8th or 9th round, I believe. So again, given his power, given his ring IQ, his acumen, again, it seems like for the Keyshawn Davis, it should be a no-brainer to do. All you have to do is just last Keyshawn Davis first 3-4 rounds, and it should be in the bag. But for whatever reason, he seems rattled. I can't tell if he is or not. But the fact that he's deleted all of his social media posts, it seems out of character, I will say, for Gervonta Davis. And the fact that it's out of character makes me a little bit worried. Now, is the fight going to be a wash based on this? No, it's way too early to tell. But the fact that we're already seeing something out of character for Tank Davis puts me, at the very least, on pause for what might happen on the fight going forward. It's kind of sad that we have to skip over Lamont Roach, but it is what it is. It seems like the big headline is what's going to happen with Tank versus Keyshawn.
Yeah, man, listen, it's interesting because, I mean, I'm with you. I don't necessarily think that he's rattled, but it is kind of weird that he's quiet. Again, he initially did start tweeting out a bunch of stuff, but then he eventually deleted it, and now there's like kind of a radio silence there. But either way, listen, Keyshawn Davis, I admire his want to fight the big names, such as a Gervonta Tank Davis. I said, listen, bro, take another 2 fights, at the very least another 2, and then see after that if you can get that work with Gervonta Tank Davis. That'll also give him a little bit chance to get, a little bit more highlights under his belt, maybe, make a little bit more of a name for himself and then get in there. Again, I think the world of Keyshawn. I thought he did phenomenally this past weekend. Him and his brothers, I think they have all the tools to eventually be a big name. Gervonta's just a little bit out of the reach for right now, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting either way. I think no matter what happens, even if he does get the fight early or not, I think it's going to be a great fight one way or the other, but hopefully he can get a little bit more experience before he gets in there with someone like Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.